All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow. All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your head. Let us pray. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I have said, ye are God, and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Brother High Tim coming at you live and direct. Live from the Shisha Lounge. Kicking it here. Of course, having a good time. I would like to welcome you to Giami Journey Radio. This is the Giami Journey Show, and I am Brother High Tim. And this is a Heart of December Productions. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Man, oh man, oh man, it is good to be here today. Listen, man, I have had a struggle. It has been a struggle for me to get up and do the morning shows. So, of course, you notice they haven't been popping off, you know. I don't know whether it's the season or whether it's just laziness or what. But, you know, I laid down over 100 shows. Well, actually almost 300 shows in a small period of time. And I appreciate the hits, but this is hard work, y'all. But I wouldn't be doing anything else. You know what I'm saying? If you have any questions, any comments, if you have any beef with anything that I'm saying, feel free to text me. Feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I got my Hooter up, my Hootsuite up. Feel free to hit me on Twitter. Let me know what you think. It'll come to me. I'll get it, and I will respond. Yo, this show is brought to you by me, especially for you, because all of those that take the time to listen, I need you to know and understand one thing. If nobody else loves you, know that I do. And I appreciate you taking the time to listen to all the things that we are bringing you right now on my small little media station, my small little podcast. There is going to be a media company soon. The books, the shirts, the hats, the ties, the mead. Listen, I'm in production mode. I am creating and I am learning something new every day. Part of the reason that I am away right now is because I'm doing research, because I'm trying to bring you quality products. I'm also out recruiting. I got some new shows, Society's Truth by Jonathan Smith. He's laying it down in his fashion, straight from Chicago. Got my first correspondent, out of town correspondence. Helped me motivate Brother Devin, who did a marvelous job on his show, as well as he did one of the stories that I wrote a while ago called Make It Happen. Excellent podcast on voice, excellent on spiritual talk, excellent leadership. This brother is an example of manhood. You know what I'm saying? This brother is a straight warrior. So check out Brother Devin on the station. Also, Mr. Deity is also producing a show for me. And I call it Mr. Deity Presents, where he is mixing using his music. He's taking his music and he's laying our heroes' speeches up over the tracks. Dope stuff. Check it out. Mr. Deity Presents. Also check out my shows, Folk Tales for Grown Folks, Tribal Quotes, Giami Journey, On Mile 3. I got more than enough material to keep you busy for the next 4 years. Also check out my blog, www.giamijourney.com. Check out the blog. Feel free to comment. Feel free to share all this content, because I'm trying to get the word out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard on the spiritual journey, because a lot of times we feel that we are alone. But I'm here broadcasting to you live right now from the Shisha Lounge to let you know that you're not alone. And I brought my little girl with me. She ain't at the lounge with me, but here go one of my little girls. Check her out. Say, this is Sasha. And you are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. Peace. There we go. You're not listening by yourself. And remember, I'm not just recording for us, I'm recording for the future. One day, she's going to be able to listen back at that. And she's going to be like, I did that. I was there while my daddy was making history. Because a lot of people don't believe that right now we are in the most beautiful time. I know it looks dark. I know it looks bleak. But that's the picture that's being painted for you. There's a whole world out there. There's a world of abundance. There's more than enough for all of us out there. And we all need to get up and start getting it. Man. This is Gina. And you are now.
Now you listen to my daddy.
On Giami
Journey
Radio. Peace. And that was Miss Gina. You know, like I said, I'm training them up young. They getting to know the mic. They getting to love the mic. So in a minute, I'm gonna be having some shows coming from my kids. This is stuff that you pass down. This is something that we produce. I'm adding value to the airwaves. I'm adding value to the content on the internet. And you can do the very same thing that I'm doing. Listen, there's more than enough ears. There's more than enough readers out there for all of us to start flooding the internet with content and pertinent information. All right, so now, let me get into some of the stuff I'm going to talk about today. But first,
this is Adnan Sheik, a.k.a. Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Giami Journey Radio.
Once again, this is Giami Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Hatim, and this is a Heart of a Simba production. And I'm striving to blow up your old paradigm. I know some of y'all are mad at me, and I'm cool with that. I accept that because I didn't finish the 5 V's. I'm saving victory for you, man. Because think about it, we are in the 10th month. Now I started this direction a while ago, but I really got focused around January of 2014, because I said if we don't get it in 2014, if we don't start getting into 2014, we ain't gonna never start. It starts now. We got to start moving out and getting it now. Let's get to some of the stuff that I want to talk about. I just posted a little tweet on Facebook, all my pages, because you know I use Hootsuite, so I could just send out one tweet and it goes to all of my sites. Those of you that's interested in doing what I'm doing, check out Hootsuite. Hootsuite is an excellent app that you can use from your phone or your computer and keep track of all of your social networking basically at the same time. I got a screen where I can pull up all of my sites, all my pages up at the same time, and even keep track of what's going on with my blog, which is at almost 93,000 hits since I started. And I know some of you out there like, those are small numbers, Brother Hatim, but hey, this is a tedious journey. And who better to struggle than myself? I have been programmed, I have been prepared, I have been readied for this. Y'all need to understand, listen, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep on moving. But yo, let me get to what I want to talk about. I'm riding in the car today, and you know, I listen to a lot of NPR. Support those NPR stations out there wherever you are, you know, because they bring news, and sometimes content that you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else, because a lot of these other stations are basically designed to dumb you down. All this stuff is really designed to dumb you down, but every weapon is basically like a sword. Is a dual-edged sword. It cuts both ways. At the same time they putting out information to make you dumber, there are some people that sliding stuff in there that if you really listen and you really focus, you become a little bit smarter. I call it wisdom mining. In any type of mine that you go into, I ain't talking about an MIND, I'm talking about an MINE. When you're mining for treasure, you have to dig through dirt. And you dig through a lot of dirt in order to get the gold jewelry that you're wearing, the silver jewelry that we're wearing, the platinum that we're wearing. People have to get out there and dig. They get these big machines, and they got to move a lot of earth. And they move more earth than they do precious items. Even though they are part of the earth, they move more valueless material than they do valuable material. That's what makes it valuable, because it's rare and it's hard to get. Gold is hard to get. Diamonds are hard to get. You got to dig. Even though it's a lot of them, you got to do a lot of digging to get it. Silver, you got to do a lot of digging to get it. And then even after the digging, you got to melt it out. You got to melt it from around the other materials that is embedded with it. You got to take it up to a certain temperature and allow the garbage to rise up to the top and scoop it off the top. So I call it wisdom mining. We have to be the same way when we're looking for wisdom, when we're looking for insight. We got to go through a lot of mud. We got to go through a lot of dirt and dig down to get that stuff that's valuable. But on to the point, I'm riding listening to NPR, and this report come on about this pastor in Alabama. This pastor in Alabama contracted AIDS, I think they said in 2008. And not only is he married, and they didn't mention in the article that I read whether his wife knew that he had full-blown AIDS, but he not only was sleeping with his wife, probably, he was sleeping with members of his congregation without letting them know, without giving them the information so that they could make a good choice. He's sleeping with these individuals, infecting them, possibly infecting them with AIDS. And he come out in his sermons and he talked about his infidelity. Come out in his sermons and finally he admitted that he had full-blown AIDS. Now imagine being in this congregation and being one of those who this pastor may have slept with. Now, this is what bothers me. My people, we are so starved for love that we look for it in the wrong places. Matter of fact, in most cases, it's not even love that we're looking for. Because we don't know what we're looking for, we accept all the madness that comes. We look for, as I put on my post, we look for bright moments rather than working for a brilliant life. You can tweet that if you want. We are looking for bright moments rather than working to build a brilliant life. We accept the bright moments. And those bright moments, because just like it's a bright, it lasts for a second. It's something that's temporary, and it gives us a temporary release from the stress that this world is producing on us. And we don't realize that we're not even looking for the love. We're not maybe even looking for the embrace. I believe that a lot of us are looking for freedom. But because we don't know what we're looking for, we stumble until we finally find it. Now, let me explain what I mean by freedom. In Giame, I try to make sure that everybody in Giame understand what freedom is. At least from this perspective, from where I'm teaching it, so that they could go on and take it and make it their own. But freedom, when you start in Giame, is defined. Very basically, we ask the question, what is freedom? Freedom is peace of the spirit, mind, and body. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. What is it that you can't attain if you have peace of the spirit, mind, and body? You don't need a pastor to fuck you in order to get that. You don't need a man to fuck you in order to get. You don't need a woman to fuck you in order to get that. You don't need to roll up no weed. You don't need the cigarettes that I'm smoking on right now. You don't need none of this stuff. All this stuff is trinkets. All of them are trinkets. Give us momentary bright moments. Give us temporary bright moments so that we can make it through slaving the next 24 hours. Struggling to survive the next 24 hours. Not realizing that what we're looking for is an internal resource. And because it's internal, no matter how much junk you pile up, no matter how many trinkets you buy, no matter how many males or females you're sleeping with, you will never be able to satisfy because you're starting at the wrong point. You're starting at the wrong point. You're looking outside yourself for something that starts from within. You think that person with the good conversation can give it to you, but it can't be given to you. And many of us think that the harder we work, the more money we acquire, and the more money we acquire, the more freedom we get. But the actual fact is, those of us that have started compiling money, or have compiled money and may have lost it, begin to realize that the more money that we pile up, the more enslaved we become. Especially when you go in thinking that money is going to provide you freedom. Especially when you think that the trinkets are going to buy you freedom. You know what I'm saying? The new car won't drive you to freedom. The new rims won't shine your way into freedom. The new gold and diamonds that you got on yourself and that you provide your kids, the brand new Jordans, they won't give you the freedom that you are truly seeking. It starts from within. Peace of the spirit, mind, and body. Finding that peace. And you can find that peace because it'll relieve that stress that you're constantly feeling. It'll relieve that pressure that you're constantly feeling. It'll relieve that pain that you're constantly feeling. It'll relieve that nagging pain that you are feeling. It will relieve that fear that you are feeling, because peace and fear cannot exist within the same area. Where there is peace, fear has nothing to feed on. And since it has nothing to feed on, it dies. Ooh, I just gave you a Jew there, but hey, now, I'm going to say this, I'm going to speak a little bit more on this when I come back. I'm about to put on some music for you, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, but many of you are pickles, but think that you are cucumbers. Brother Hatim, what the hell do you mean? I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Many of us think that we are cucumbers, when in fact, we have been turned into pickles. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more because that goes into culture and things like that. So stick around. The next artist I'm about to play for you is somebody that I got introduced to a couple of years ago, a brilliant jazz musician out of Columbus. This blew my mind. Blind brother. Sometime he played 3 saxophones at the same time. Brilliant artist. He passed away. His name is Rashawn Roland Kirk. So check out Rashawn Roland Kirk. And the title of the song that I'm going to be playing is Volunteer Slavery. So listen and stay tuned. Say, this is Sasha. And you are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. Peace.
This is Willie. Welcome to Giame Journey Radio. I want to give a shout out to Sibling Kevin, all my Sibling Nation out there. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I want to give a shout out to my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give a shout out to the people of my generation that's trying to do something big.
This is Marina, and this is Giame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Giame Journey Radio.
This is Sierra at Shisha Lounge, and I'm a big fan of Giame Journey Radio. This is Sierra at Shisha Lounge, and I'm a big fan of Giame Journey Radio.
Yo, this is Quasi Low in the Cap City, and you are listening to Giame Journey.
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Giame Journey Radio.
I am back. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live. You heard Volunteer Slavery by Rashawn Roland Kirk. Cold, brother. You need to check him out if you're into jazz. Also, Mr. Deity, the last track you just heard was a track by Mr. Deity called Hotep. Hotep is our goal. Keeps us warm when life grows cold. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hey. But here we go. Now, where we are right now, I left you with this thought. Some of you think you are cucumbers when you are actually pickles. What do I mean by that? One of the things that I have been researching over the last 5 months is the process of fermentation. And one of the things that I have noticed about fermentation is that it is an excellent metaphor for life and for culture building, because actually when you become a fermenter and you start fermenting stuff, you are developing cultures. Now, what do these cultures do? Now, these cultures consist of yeast and other microbes that you use to preserve your food. So anybody that's out there that eat dried fish, you're eating fermented food. You like kimchi, it's fermented food. Yogurt is fermented food. Wines and beers are fermented beverages. The fermented process allows these microorganisms to get in and, in a sense, consume the food. So what happens is that you set up an environment in which this fermented, these microbes can get to a major food source and begin to consume this food source, and in their consumption they transform the food from one state to another state. And in fact, what a lot of people don't know is that by fermenting things and allowing them to go through the, for lack of better words, the decaying process that happens, you release a lot of the nutrients that are in the food. Fermenting was a very big thing before refrigerators came along, because we had to have ways to store our food. So you couldn't go to the garden and just grab a cucumber and not use it immediately. You can let it ripen in the winter for a while. But if any of you that go to the grocery store, and even when you put the vegetables, the fresh vegetables, into the refrigerator, if you do not consume them soon, they begin to rot. They begin to spoil. fermenting controls that process so that you could get from it something that you need. Now, these microorganisms, when they come together, what they do is they form little groups of like-minded individuals. So if you're making a pickle, the yeast that you allow into that pickle is a yeast that is able to thrive in the environment that you provide. So when they are able to thrive in an environment, they change the food into a way that makes it better for you, and it also helps maintain the integrity of the food and also keeps it fresh. Now, but the one thing is that once you change the food, there's no going back. So you take a cucumber and you put it in salty water. That salt provides an environment that a certain type of yeast or microorganism could grow in, and it begins to consume the cucumber. And in the consumption of the cucumber, what these microorganisms do is they transform it into something else. Many of you have been transformed, don't even know it. You think you're a cucumber, or you think that you're just a regular person. You have been engulfed in a place where you have been morphed into something that you don't even understand. Now, the microorganisms that's working on us are more along the idea of ideas. They form and they shape us. And many of you have been put in the pressure cooker of the United States in a controlled environment, and you have been introduced to these micro thoughts that get in you and transform you from what you thought you was into something else. But like I said, once you become a pickle, there's no going back. Now, many of you don't realize that you're pickles. So what you do, you go out and try to live as a cucumber, and in that, you are causing confusion in your life and other people's lives, because you're trying to do things that a cucumber could do, not realizing the power of a pickle. You're doing things that an unfermented human is supposed to do, but you're not. You're a fermented human. You have been put in a culture that only allows certain things. Now, this is the beautiful thing about fermentation, because what you start seeing to happen is that the microorganisms, once you put them in an environment where they could thrive, one of the things that they will not allow is for other organisms to come in and start eating their food. Now, in order to form a culture, the thing that I'm seeing right now is that you need to have a resource, a food resource, something that could be consumed by that community, something that could be consumed by that culture. And as they consume it, they change themselves, the microorganisms, as well as change the food. Now, many of us think that money is a resource. I get enough money, my problems go away. But Biggie taught us a long time ago, more money, more problems. Because money is not the solution. Money is not a natural resource. Money is not something that you could directly consume. When you have control over what a community directly consumes, when that community have control of it, they are able to produce what it is they want, because they will naturally come together and stop any outside organisms from developing within or without that culture that would cause that culture to fall. You understand? So, some of you pickles need to be getting with other pickles. I hope I explained that well enough. All right, we're going to move to another song. This one is an old school song called Saturday Night Fish Fry by Louis Jordan and his Timpani 5.
then you can understand just what I mean. Now all through the week it's quiet as a mouse, but on Saturday night they go from house to house. You don't have to pay the usual admission if you're a cook or a waiter or a good musician. So if you happen to be just passing by, stop in at the Saturday night fish fry. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. Now my buddy and me was on the main stem, fooling around, just me and him. We decided we could use a little something to eat, so we went to a house on Rampart Street. We knocked on the door and it opened with ease, and a lush little miss said, "Come in, please." And before we could even bat an eye, we were right in the middle of a big fish fry. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. Now the folks was having the time of their life, and Sam was jiving Jim, his wife, and over in the corner was a beat-up grand being played by a big fat piano man. Now some of the chicks wore expensive frocks, some of them had on Bobby socks, but everybody was nice and high at this particular Saturday night fish fry. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. Now my buddy and me, we fell right in and we hollered, "Let the joy begin." Now we figured this was a good place to play, 'cause the party was already underway. But all of a sudden the lights went low and everybody made straight for the front door. Man, I was so scared I didn't know where to go. I stood right there, then I fell on the floor. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. Now the women was screaming and jumping and yelling, the bottles was flying and the fish was smelling, and way up above all the noise they made, somebody hollered, "Better get out of here, this is a raid." I didn't know we were breaking the law, but somebody reached over and hit me on the jaw. They had us blocked off from the front to the back, and they were putting them in the wagon like potato sack. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. I knew I could get away if I had a chance, but I was shaking like I had the St. Vitus dance. Now I tried to crawl under a bathtub when the policeman said, "Where you going now, bub?" Now they got us out of there like a house of fire, put us all in that black Mariah. Now they might have missed a pitiful few, but they got both me and my buddy too. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. We headed for jail in a day's condition. They put each one of us on suspicion. Now my chick came down and went for my bail and finally got me out of that rotten jail. Now, if you ever want to get a fist in your eye, just mention a Saturday night fish fry. I don't care how many fish in the sea, but don't ever mention a fish to me. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. scuffing and shuffling till the break of dawn.
Give me one of them down fish sandwiches.
Get away from that, boy.
Verbal delegation.
This is Days, and you're listening to Jayami Journey Radio.
In that society, Dr. Brown, Mr. Deity,
Peace, this is Brother Hatim, and you are on Jayami Journey Radio.
Star shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Star shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. Mr. Deity, where you been? In my corner of the ring, fighting life, trying not to get counted out or throw in the towel. On the ropes, I'ma lean till my vision see clean, blood in my eye. This world is a bad dream. As long as money's king, I feel funny in my being. You can see it when I walk and you hear my shackles cling. IMAX, bigger picture, niggas still don't see a thing. It's 2014, still flag torching. Fucking inflation make it hard to cop groceries. So don't be surprised if someone running with that sorcery. Levitate your wallet, give me the loot. Chris Wallace, capitalizing, democracy at its rawest. Sucker, you the trees, I'm the forest, I'm the earth, you a Taurus, I'm Black Jesus, you don't know who a Saw is. Hannibal Vicarious, every bar's a battalion. Spirit of a panther with the Kevlar medallions. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. They still got our
Hello everybody, this is Ishmael, and I'm here to tell you that I'm a big fan of Jayami Journey.
My chains off. 4-man sore Hotep and took James off. 80% of prisons overpopulated.
This is Coach Faith. You are now listening to Jayami Journey Radio. Shout out to the Millennium Rapids Drill Team.
Work on the street, we sell to one another. What's the equation to these mathematics? When you control the minds and the economy, multiply the madness. The ghetto's an experiment created by your masters. We tried to change that shit, but they killed all the Panthers. Fred Hampton, bullet holes in a bloody mattress. This Liberation Patriot Act, terrorist action, sponsored by your local revolutionary rapper. I voted for assassination, you can cast my ballot. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you
are now listening to Jayami Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy.
Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. They divide us. K's right beside us. How you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. They divide us. K's right beside us. How you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us.
Peace, Hotep. It's Mansour Hotep, aka Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you listening to Jayami Journey Radio.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Jayami Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Giammi tribe, Giammi family. Stand up.
Stand up, stand up, stand up. Listen, listen, listen. We are doing it. Look, we are in the 10th month of October, and I promised you that 2014 and beyond was ours. I am not playing. We are almost there. My hits are going up, and the show is growing in popularity. People are checking out the things that are going on. People are downloading the app and having direct access to everything that is coming from Giammi Journey. I want to send out shots to brother Asaru, and check out his blog. It's on Blogspot, or you go to Blogger, and it's Freedom Formula. Spelled with, both of those are not spelled with F's, they're spelled with PH. Check it out. Excellent articles. Now, you know, I'm gonna close out, and I want to thank those that took the time to listen. I hope you got something from it. If I motivated you to think at all, I have done what I was supposed to do, and we're going to leave out right now on one more song from Rashawn Roland Kirk. I wish I had more time, because I got an album, and I got access to more albums from him. So this one is called Portraits of Those Beautiful Ladies, number 2. And this is dedicated to all my beautiful daughters out there. You know, those that's listening and those that are not listening, and those that are too young to listen, because sometime on this show I go left to center, so I don't want some of my babies listening to this. But here you go, ladies.
Peace, Hotep. It's Mansour Hotep, aka Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you listening to Giami Journey Radio.
Well, we have come to another end of another show. So, this is Brother Hatim, and thanks for joining me on Giami Journey Radio. Brought to you by A Heart of Simba Productions, where we strive to constantly blow up the old paradigm. Now, last announcement. I know that I had told some of you that I was going to be bringing out a book soon, and I had finished it and I was about to publish, but I had to pull it back because another idea hit me and I got to add some more stuff to the book. So be patient with me. The book will be launched. It's going to be titled Freedom Within Limits, Haikus by Hatim, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. So with that, I want to thank you for listening to Giami Journey, and I'm going to say peace out.